entering ward territory, Doctor. You have no business being here, you hear me? Turn around and get lost.
I've got a permit from Colonel Korshunov.
Are we hiring stalkers now, too? Whatever. As long as you can help. Come on in. The commander's in the main building. We've got an infirmary there now.
A soldier's happiness boils down to a few things. Good grub, for one. Then there's comfortable gear from his armor down to his skivvies. And enough ammo. And let me tell you, I've got all those bases covered. Whatever's going on inside their heads, that's the commander's problem. I'm just here to make sure their helmets fit.
I would not recommend doubling the dosage. These medications have a cumulative...
Captain, do it.
This is not the wisest course of action.
Expecting any help from you wasn't the wisest course of action. You've been here for 2 weeks and my men are only getting worse.
Sometimes we have to let the patient get a little worse in order to figure out what's wrong with him. I have the situation firmly in hand.
That's what worries me. S.T.A.L.K.E.R promised me the best expert in the field. Where is he? Who's going to tell me what happened to my men?
I'd rather die in combat
I
than
am.
get ripped apart by a
But it'll take time.
At least I'd get
Have
a
some
proper
patience,
funeral.
Captain. Your doctor has all the medications we need, and my devices are monitoring the situation. You will be the first to know.
Unless I lose my marbles myself first. That's it. I'm done waiting. You're dismissed, Doc. Stalker? How did you get in here?
One of your men is a rat.
One of my men? Bullshit.
I intercepted a message about a plot to sabotage Icarus. It was sent over an old frequency, a monolithian one. Just like the PDA the traitor used to communicate.
If it's old, we can trace it. I bet it's Kerivenko. He puts his shitty gadgets all over the place, thinking we'd never put 2 and 2 together. All right, here's the plan. I'll send my soldiers for a walk around the camp, just in case. You get rid of the antennas. They'll jam any direction finder.
Who's Kerivenko? Why do you suspect him?
You just saw him. That S.T.A.L.K.E.R rat. That bozo showed up as soon as my men started hearing things, with papers signed by Dahlen himself. And I never even sent a request to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. He hasn't done a damn thing in 2 weeks other than set up his locators to monitor the situation. I trust my soldiers, but not those S.T.A.L.K.E.R crooks.
What's the purpose of these antennas?
On paper, to monitor the level of anomalous exposure. As for what they really do, your guess is as good as mine. If not for the papers from Dahlen, I'd toss Kerivenko into the nearest anomaly myself. Then he can measure the exposure on his own ass till the cows come home.
I want to talk to Kerivenko first.
Go ahead, and don't forget to talk to our quartermaster afterwards. He could spin a whole platoon's worth of briefs out of the wool Kerivenko's gonna pull over your eyes.
A stalker at Icarus. These are desperate times indeed. How are you feeling? Any headaches? Dizziness, perhaps? I wish I had the proper equipment to read your psi signature. Given the circumstances, it never hurts to have a control sample.
Psi signature? What's that?
How can I explain it in a way even a stalker could understand? Let's say it's like your brain's fingerprint. It's not quite a scientific explanation, but it gets the point across.
So what exactly is going on here anyway?
Psi exposure of unidentified origin and power, and unidentified consequences. Unidentified for now, but I'm working on it.
I've been informed that there's a traitor in the ward. He probably has Monolith connections. Can you help me find him?
Monolith? Impossible. I would have noticed for sure. But if you insist, let's run another check. I'll need up-to-date readings from the scanning antennas in order to find your traitor. Unless, of course, you are just imagining him. That's the order of the day around here.
How would your data help us figure out what's going on?
Don't get me wrong. I could explain everything, of course, but why bother? If you wanted to listen to my lectures, you'd be a scientist, not a stalker. Just bring the data to me, and I'll do what I was sent here to do.
If you ask me, Sienkiewicz' methods inspire more confidence.
Is that so? Well, give my regards to the captain. And don't forget to warn him. If anything happens to my equipment, he can say goodbye to his career in the ward. I'll make sure of it.
Hey, this spot's mine. It's easier to breathe here. Just don't tell anybody, okay? The air down below is kinda stuffy and dank. Because of the swamps, I guess. Nobody's noticed I'm on my 7th watch in a row up here. Keep a low profile, okay? All right. Hush. I'm not telling anyone. I don't want to be taken off this post.
About time. The thing's making my head spin.
You should have seen the look on Kerivenko's face. You know how to get the job done, Stalker. As well as any of my men.
Did you find out anything about the monolithian PDA? Nothing should get in the way of tracking it now.
I wish. Apparently the antennas weren't the only thing jamming the direction finder. There's also something beneath Icarus itself. Early on, I sent S.T.A.L.K.E.R to check on the underground area. That's what we're guarding here after all. He said the coast was clear. I don't like this. I've known S.T.A.L.K.E.R for 10 years. He's tough as nails. If he's our rat, get to the planetarium. They'll let you in. Find the source and smash it to smithereens. What the fuck was under the planetarium?
Some kind of strange device. It had more rads than an anomaly. I didn't feel right until I smashed it to bits.
So that's why my men were losing their shit. S.T.A.L.K.E.R, you piece of shit. I'm gonna bury you.
So what kind of device is it, Captain?
Let's hope Kerivenko can figure it out. I guess I owe him an apology. It was my men, so I'm responsible for this fuck-up. I've got a difficult conversation with the Colonel to look forward to.
Can we track him? I'd like to talk to him too.
He's not getting away now. I'll drain these swamps, dig them up, and look under every rock. He's gonna answer all my questions. Who, why, on whose orders. So many good men had to be discharged back to the mainland, or worse, because of that asshole. Polanski, get me on the radio on the double.
Yes, sir. On the double, sir.
Attention, all patrols. You are to detain Lieutenant S.T.A.L.K.E.R at once. Do not negotiate with him. If you encounter resistance, shoot to kill. Alpha Team, you're cleared to enter the Claw. Bravo Team, get to the vent. Use extreme caution. The Lieutenant may employ monolith weapons or tech. I sent you the coordinates of the patrols, Stalker. Give them some backup. We can't let S.T.A.L.K.E.R get away. Check in with our medic. Have him give you some circa pills. They'll come in handy in the swamps.